Well, first, how do you use the web? Look at this page. Let's say you brought it up and you want to know about the news in your area. What are you finding here? What story engages you? What story satisfies your quest for information? What bores you? What's not relevant? What's your experience? How do we engage you as a user, as a consumer of information? That's what we'll focus on in the next few minutes. We're talking about the new prime time. Sure, with computers and with mobile phones and with iPads and their competitors. It's a new world out there. Take a look at this graphic. The share of device page traffic for the category of news during weekdays. You have mobile, tablet, and computer. Not surprisingly, in the early morning, low use. People are watching television, or I should say listening to television, listening to radio, or just busy getting ready to go to work and dressing the kids. However, use soars starting at 6 a.m. Look at that. And look how the computer is king during the daytime hours. This is the new prime time, especially for computers and secondarily for mobile and then tablet. People want information, they want news, they want weather, and they are getting it. They're not waiting for a 6 o'clock newscast. Look what happens at 6 o'clock and after 6 o'clock. The tablet becomes king, more so than mobile and more so than the computer. The overriding point here, though, is you can't wait until 6 o'clock to share the news. It's too late. Consumers are getting their information from a variety of sources, especially computer and mobile and tablets. How do you keep them engaged? Here are some tips. Keep it short. Omit unnecessary words. Shoot for only one idea per paragraph. And keep your paragraphs short. On the topic of omit unnecessary words, at this hour, you mean now, right? Completely destroyed? Try destroyed. I'd say this building was destroyed. You don't need completely. Small point, but a lot of people make that mistake quite often. Be direct. Don't dance around the subject. Web readers want information and they want it now. So give it to them. Here's an example. Fayetteville, North Carolina. The family of a 30-year-old Harnett County man who died on the way home from an 8-day stay at Cape Fear Valley Medical Center says the hospital discharged him against his will. That's direct. It says it. Makes the point clearly. This is a story. You know why it's important. Use bullets. Bullets break up content. They're more readable and they're more manageable. Here's an example. WRAL's hidden cameras catch local shops selling pot alternatives. And you can see they break up their coverage into elements using bullets. Hidden cameras catch local shops selling pot alternatives. Raw hidden camera footage. And then chat. You can use it to break up your coverage or for key points in your stories. Start with the most important. Why is this so important? Firefighter union official questions brownout role in fatal only fire. Makes the point clearly. Something's going on here. Something may be really bad. That's why it's important. How will it affect their lives? Well, these brownouts could affect people's lives. A good question to ask yourself is, if the reader stopped now, right here, would they know what's most important? So that's the goal. Write conversationally, like you're talking to a friend. Use words like you and we. Active, not passive. Instead of the bank was robbed, 2 masked gunmen robbed the bank. That's the difference between passive and active. Write conversationally. Bag the formality. People want you to talk to them. Be part of a conversation. Think of it as a conversation. So write conversationally. The inspector says 1 in 10 North Carolina stores ring up the wrong prices. When buying an item at a store, how many people make sure the price at the register matches the price on the shelf? Those who don't pay attention could be paying too much. That's conversationally. Conversational writing. You could make it even more relevant, right, by using the word you. If you don't pay attention, you could be paying too much. So that's an example of fine-tuning. But it's better than a lot of writing. Furious restaurant owners claim they're losing business to food trucks. This food fight could soon cost a longtime Manhattan deli owner his bread and butter. That's conversational writing and a little color added. Link to other stories when possible and when you have the time. Links provide more information. They can help move your article up in searches because more and more people will value your articles, and the articles you link to can backlink to you. So it's an interconnected world. And they're the opposite of teases, which send viewers away disappointed. So don't worry about, quote, losing readers to links. The readers will find your stories more valuable because they're more complete and you're not afraid to provide additional information. You're probably familiar with links. You can see them in blue and often underlined. Don't paste. Broadcast writing is often for video. Sometimes key points are deep in the story. Use keywords. Here's an example lacking keywords. Reporter sexually assaulted in Egypt. Compare it with a mob attacked and sexually assaulted CBS reporter Lara Logan in Cairo, Egypt. The words I bolded are very searchable and shareable through social media. You want people to find your stories. So remember keywords, the important words, the words that you and others are likely to search for. Use subheaders. Subheads are another way to highlight points. They break text into user-friendly chunks. They'll help you structure your content. And here's what they look like. You've probably seen them. Strive for clarity, not creativity. Conveying information is more important. You need to avoid the reader saying, "What? What are they talking about?" So cute doesn't work. Be straightforward. This is not a place for testing your humor. Also avoid unclear headlines, assuming too much knowledge. Provide enough background just to be sure the reader understands the basic background of the story. And avoid promising something that the story doesn't provide. People don't want to be disappointed. Here's a quick recap. Here are the key points. Think short, direct, bullet, write conversationally, start with the most important, link to other stories, don't paste automatically, use keywords, use subheaders, and strive for clarity.